Hello and welcome to the Arena Guide episode 1 from learntoplayww.com. This new series of guides is meant to provide you with some knowledge that will improve your arena gameplay. It is not intended for any class in particular, but instead will look on how various setups work. These will not be magical videos. You are not going to just gain 500 rating after watching them, but hopefully you will become better. I'm not the best PvPer in the world, and I'm not the worst either. I'm just going to share some of the knowledge that I already have, as well as add some videos of fellow PvPers. I'm currently at around 2k rating with some of my characters, so if you are above 2k, then you might already know many of the things I am about to explain. You might be able to find videos of higher rated people interesting to see, yet unfortunately not many of them explain what they are doing and why. If you do come across any good PvP guides made by you or by someone else, mail me a link on YouTube or on learntoplayww@yahoo.com. I'll take a look at them, and if those guides are really good, I'll try to find them a place on learntoplayww.com. So let's begin with a more general look on PvP and arenas. A basic look. There are three major components that determine your overall success in PvP: strategy, add-ons, keybinds, and macros. In most of the arena videos, I will discuss strategy. I believe you can improve yourself if you see what strategy a certain setup uses in order to get a kill. Even if you don't play that setup, you are bound to play against them. Knowing what your enemy does, knowing its weak and strong points, will improve your gameplay. Regarding add-ons, I've made a couple of guides on learntoplayww.com. Check the combat add-ons and the arena add-ons guides if you wish to know more about add-ons. I will add pointers that relate to various add-ons in my future videos. Good keybinds and smart macros are essential when it comes to improving your reaction time and your ability to successfully take advantage of certain situations. I will also make keybinds and macro guides when I'll have a bit more time. Now a bit of talk about 2 vs 2 and 3 vs 3. The normal progress that you should be aiming for is to first get 1900 in 2 vs 2, and then you should switch focus to 3 vs 3. 2 vs 2 should, at least in theory, be easier till 1900 than 3 vs 3. And there isn't really the motivation for achieving more than 1900 in 2 vs 2, at least from my point of view, since you can't get any new items. Initially, I didn't agree to the nerf of 2 vs 2. Being forced to do 3 vs 3 for better items was something I was against. I was quick to change my mind though because of the many endless games that can go on in 2 vs 2. Those kind of games that last for 40 minutes and in which neither side has what it takes to take down the enemy team. In the end, you win or lose because one of the team gets too bored and starts making mistakes or starts going too aggressive for their own good. If the battle goes on for 45 minutes, both sides lose points. Losing points makes sense though. You wouldn't want to promote double healer teams that win rating just by lasting 45 minutes. Let's check out a couple of games. Here is one from a while back. I was mostly deadly geared in Furious times. On the left we have a setup that used to be very popular: Unholy Decay and Protection Paladin. And yes, I know what the forum trolls are going to say. It's overpowered, you noob. All setups are overpowered, more or less. Try to play an overpowered setup. Doesn't matter how skilled you are, if you are playing double priests, you ain't gonna win. This movie was made after the nerf to the Protection Paladin stun and spell power, and after the nerf to the Decay pet stun. This setup was really overpowered before the nerf. Anyway, since the nerf I haven't really seen many Protection Paladins around. Prot Holy, that is. And that's just a shame. Paladins choose to go with Holy because they get the instant Holy Shock, well, that and other things, but the point is that they gain survivability at the cost of offensive power. too much survivability, and yes, you will win against double DPS, but you will have endless games against healer plus DPS. Actually, a Prot Holy with his silence and stuns can be more aggressive than a Holy one, but on the other hand, they are easier to CC and interrupt. Given the lack of an instant cast, I think that nowadays the only class that can play together with a Prot Holy Pala is the DK, just because the DK can survive on its own for a while longer. A more riskier setup, but more fun at the same time. So the Pala is Prot Holy. We are facing double Druids, one Feral, one Resto. Double Druids, a not so common setup. I just took a random game from my recordings. Well, the setup obviously works since these guys managed to get above 2k. It's the constant cyclones. Luckily, there is a thing called diminishing returns. Each cyclone lasts half as long as the previous one. After 3 cyclones, you become immune to them for 15 seconds. Just like any other good druid would do, this one does the proper chain of CC. 3 cyclones and then a bash. His mistake is that he is trying to CC my healer while my gargoyle is up. When a DK has his gargoyle up, means he's trying to go for a kill. Play defensively then. This druid, after the cyclone and the bash, had 1 rejuve and 1 life bloom on him. His cyclone gets interrupted. Pala has the chance to throw me a heal. And now the Feral does a cyclone, which is an okay move by him as I was going for a kill. I used the attack power trinket and gargoyle, but his cyclone is with diminishing returns, so it's 3 seconds. After the heal on me, the Pala throws in a beautiful stun. As he starts nuking, he gets a CC from the Feral. The Resto had just been in bear. His cyclone was interrupted, and now he got a stun while having only rejuve on himself. He is dead by the end of the Pala stun. Didn't even get a chance to use pet stun, silence or empower rune weapon. This has been Arena Guides episode 1. More matchups coming up soon. If you want to find out what add-ons I'm using, you can check the description if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can just check the Arena and Combat add-ons sections from learntoplaywow.com. Thanks for watching.